Hi, I'm Missy with William Street, and we are here to help you become a more confident quilter, from the piecing to the quilting and everything in between. And can you believe it is almost Christmas, and I am so excited to share this really fun project with you today. It's something that's kind of been in the back of my mind for a while, and I'm really excited to get started on it. We're going to do a snow globe mini quilt. So for this mini, it's going to be an applique project, and we do have templates for you that you can find in our subscriber library. And we've already got some of these cut out. So the fabric that you're going to need for this project is we've got some green for our trees, brown for stems, of course. We've got a yellow star, and then we're going to need some red for the base of our snow globe. We've got this really fun white glittery for snow. You can do whatever you want for your snow. And then you will also need a piece of vinyl for your globe itself. And then for the back and the batting and everything for this quilt, we've got a 20 by 20 inch piece of white that we're going to be appliquing on. And then the same for the back and the batting, just 20 by 20 inch pieces. So for this project, we are using a fusible web for all of our appliques. We like heat and bond, so this is one of the fusibles that we use. You can use any fusible that you like. Just make sure that you're following the instructions on your fusible so that you know how to work with that. With our heat and bond, there are two different types. We use Featherlight for most of our projects, so you want to make sure that when you're doing your Featherlight that you just do a really light iron on that. You don't want too much heat on your Featherlight. But we've got all of these traced out onto our heat and bond, and then we have our one more piece of fabric that we need to iron it onto our fabric, and then we'll cut that out. So just a tip for you when you're cutting out your vinyl, because we're cutting this in a circle, I can't really use my rotary cutter, but I want to make sure that I'm getting a really nice circle. So what I've done is I've taken my template and I put that underneath the vinyl, and I actually used that to cut it and the vinyl out together so that I could get that really nice circle. And we are ready to go ahead and assemble our snow globe. We're going to set our vinyl to the side for a moment. And I've actually put a towel underneath my quilt block so that we can iron these pieces onto it right here on the table instead of having to move this over to the ironing board. That way our pieces aren't going to adjust and move around on us. So we have our base. We'll need to peel the back of the paper off. And you'll just want to follow the layout that you'll find in our subscriber library with the templates to lay this all out. And of course, everything, it doesn't have to be perfect. That's the one nice thing about doing your appliques. You can add a little bit of your own twist to it. So we'll start kind of laying our pieces out. We can adjust as we need to as we get all of them laid out here. That paper does not want to come off. Actually, we're going to put our trunks on top so we don't have any ghosting behind. And our trunk of our trees actually do like to come up out of the snow. Now, if you are doing a fabric that you are afraid is going to have some ghosting behind, the tip that I use is just do a layer of white cotton or muslin behind it, and that'll help with that ghosting. Okay, so we have it all laid out, and I want to make sure that this is really going to fit all together once we get everything sewn on with our vinyl. So I'm going to bring the vinyl over and lay it on top. Make sure everything's right where we want it to be, nice and centered, and that actually worked out really well. So we can go ahead and get these ironed in place. So the way that I'm ironing this on is I'm really just pressing it down. You don't really want to move it much on your fabric because you don't want your templates to move around. So just kind of give it a good press here and there and make sure everything is nicely bonded. everything is nicely pressed on here, and we're going to go ahead and get these appliqued in place. So what we're going to do, because of the nature of the snow globe and having that vinyl over the top, we're not going to be able to quilt the inside of the snow globe after we add the vinyl and have this top completed. So I've already got our quilt sandwich made here with our back, our batting, and then our top. And we're going to do the applique all the way through those 3 layers so we get some definition in here while we don't have the vinyl in place. So I'm going to use, it's a raw edge applique, and I'm actually going to use a straight stitch. And we're just going to straight stitch all around each of these pieces. Now that all of our pieces are appliqued on, you've got a couple of different options at this point. You can either go ahead and move forward with sewing on that vinyl, or you can hold off a little bit, add some additional quilting to this, and then sew the vinyl on. And we're actually going to add some additional quilting. So in order to make sure that we are quilting within the globe, we do want to put our vinyl over the top of where it's going to be, and then we're just going to take a pencil or a marker, a fabric marker. Now for this, you don't want to use something that is heat erase because that would be pointless. You're going to then melt your vinyl. You don't want to do that. So something that would be a dry erase, air erase, thank you, air erase. We're actually just going to go ahead and use a pencil because it's just going to be a really small line. So line it up right here along the bottom with your snow, and then we're just going to do just a really quick trace around that. And it doesn't have to be exact, just something that's going to give you an indication of where that vinyl is going to be. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and add some additional swirls and some fun quilting in this. We have some really fun swirls in here around our trees. And now we are ready to place our vinyl. So we're going to want to put it over. Now with this, because I don't really want to put pins in my vinyl, it's going to leave little pin pricks in it. So we're actually going to just grab a little glue stick and just put a little bit of glue all the way around. And we want to make sure it's one that's going to kind of disappear, just to hold that vinyl in place for us as we sew. And I'm going to go around this vinyl twice. So I'm going to do once just right there close to the edge, and then another one about 1/8 to 1/4 of the way inch in, just to give it a little bit of durability. And then we have one more option for you if you would like to. So because this is a snow globe, snow globes usually have confetti or sprinkles or something in them. So we are going to add this fun little snowflake confetti into ours. So when I'm sewing the vinyl, I'm going to start up here at the top, and I'm going to sew almost all the way around. I'm just going to leave a little bit of an opening so that we can put our snowflake confetti in, and then I'll finish sewing that, and then I'll sew the double line. Now we have a really fun snow globe block to hang up for the holidays with our confetti glitter with our snowflakes, and we just need to get this bound. We can add some additional quilting around the globe as well if you would like to. So make sure that you subscribe to our channel and click on the bell so you're notified whenever we post a new video. Check us out on Instagram and Facebook so you can see what we're working on. And remember, you can get the templates for this snow globe block in our subscriber library, and we'll see you next week.